Hey, welcome back to D20 House, where a bunch of friends get together, roll dice, and slay monsters. It's Friday night, which means tonight we are playing more of Requiem, Vast Horizons. A little bit of sci-fantasy. Guys, we got Chris.
Also known as Shaggy.
T.
Caution.
Ian.
Hey.
And myself. Unfortunately, no OD tonight, but we will catch up with our fourth crew member next session. Yeah, that is. I don't know where my music, when I hit play, nothing's coming out. Who knows? Speaking of the music, whenever it starts actually playing, thanks, speaker. Guys, State
off.
Azure. Did it turn
Might
it?
need charge.
No, it's still on. The light's on. I'll check it out. State Azure on Spotify and YouTube. Great modular synth musician. I've been a big fan for many years, and they've allowed us to use their music on stream. So please go check them out. That is State Azure. All right. But yeah, Ian, any announcements?
Shoot, I don't think we got nothing new going on. We're marching right along.
Okay. Well, yeah, just more My Hero, more Mad King, right?
Yep. Yep, My Hero should be back Monday. Mad King's still going Wednesdays.
Okay, that's good.
And we're here on Fridays.
Try the
Holy
music
Night of
one
Eve
more.
gets
the-
me every time.
Holy Night
IT
it's a-
technique
it's a
of
good
turning
one.
it off
Yeah, it's
and
a
on
good one.
again.
I got a patron
Yeah,
saint
it's
now.
charged. Don't know what's wrong with her. But
No, wait.
Little blue in the tooth.
Oh yeah, no, they are the saint. You are the patron. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
yeah, it works now.
Hey, there it is.
There's tunes.
Very good. Well, yeah, we're back into it, guys.
Into the thick of it, even.
It has been 4 months.
Since you looked at me.
4 months since last we were gathered here for a mission. We have all been let off the leash. You know, you're not on call during that time. You can stay on station, or you can go home.
Go the fuck
Do whatever you want.
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Can you? So,
There.
yeah. Any fun or noteworthy or important developments, just like in our free time while we've been out and about, or has everyone just kind of been waiting for the next job?
I had some research to do,
Absolutely. Yeah. What kind
so
of
I don't know
research
if you
did
want me to make some rolls for that.
It depends. What are you doing?
Oh, we gotta roll a duck though.
Oh, yeah, roll the dog.
Wow. That was a 19.
19.
Let's see what we get.
Pray for my soul.
5.
Hey,
8.
There's the 8.
17.
yeah. So I learned that I need to reach out to the Cygnus Association to try to get any kind of information about my friend and his offspring.
Understood.
So I don't know how much access, like, someone who is, because it's not like I'm part of the Cygnus.
No, you are. We all are.
As the part of the pack, we are. Okay.
Yeah, all citizens of the Human Alliance are technically citizens of the Cygnus Association.
Okay.
It is the local galactic government for our region of space.
Oh, great. That means I'm gonna have absolutely no information in 4 months because paperwork sucks.
Bureaucrats.
Yeah.
The cost of civilization. Paperwork.
I don't know if that's true.
We all do taxes, though.
Mm-hmm.
You guys pay taxes?
But there's some things that like you wouldn't need to just talk to the government to get the information. There are things you could discover by your own kind of private research on the HoloWeb. You know, what's going on?
Use that.
Tyler Weiss.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Night of Ian. Thanks for the rerolls.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All for me. $20.
All Korean.
Four rerolls.
Wow.
Solid.
At least he's not the DM this time.
DM rerolls just hit so much better.
No.
God, they feel good.
No.
I do enjoy them. Forgive me, cruel chuckle.
Getting the players sweating is always healthy.
Oh yeah,
For who?
the players, me, everyone involved. The natural human need for retribution. Mm-hmm. So, Yeah. Make some kind of skill check for me with intelligence. And in the meantime, Shecky.
Shecky would probably organize one last go-away feast before, like saying, celebrating a successful mission, and then he would go back to his tropical ranch in Pandora, well, his family ranch. I'd imagine that he and many other his family members basically live in a small little community at the very outskirts of all of civilization.
So he's a frontierman.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I imagine that it's heavily equipped with guns.
Yeah, you keep your shotgun close.
Oh, yeah.
Keep your rifle.
The mud raptors
by
are actually
your
cattle.
side.
They're actually docile and vegetarian.
He sleeps with his
Things
shotgun.
you have to worry about.
He sleeps with his shotgun by his side. His
Yeah.
wife also happens to be there.
No.
When there's space.
See the
Yeah.
sons, the grandsons, and the grand-grand-grandsons. Busy family.
Big multi-generational house out in the jungle.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Well, it's walled, and definitely with heavy weaponry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Automated turrets on the corners of the property. Yeah. Love it.
It's better. It's more fun to man it.
All right. Koshin, roll for me.
A connect.
Absolutely.
I add 0 and my intelligence modifier is 0, so 7.
7. Okay. You are able to get a name for the child, but you're not able to get any information from the international, intergalactic, intergalactic travel regulation. You're not able to get any information of
Right.
where they would be.
Right. That's okay. I have a name.
The
I just know where to start.
The pack could eventually get you that information if they gave a shit.
Yeah.
But your friend was Epsilon
Pulvari.
Pulvari, yes. Their child is named Icarus Pulvari.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Into that.
Don't fall on
Okay.
your sons. No.
I can go from there, thanks. And yeah, otherwise he's just hanging out with his herd at home.
Okay, so you do go home to the reserve.
Oh yeah. I have a lot to do.
You are missed.
Yeah.
Gord?
Spend my time on station. I'm getting the feel for the place. Spending a lot of time in the shadier parts, just kind of hidden away. I want to see if I can identify the movers around here. Figure out what's at play, what's available. I also spend a little time securing some personal stock for the armory on the ship. Mostly flashbangs. I get a nice suppressor. A couple things like that.
Absolutely. And you're looking for someone to kind of talk to anyway, right? Maybe a little bit?
I listen a lot first. If I identify someone that's obviously a player, then I would make an approach if I feel like they've got access to some goods, some information, and that they're worth the risk.
There's a cyber in the loading dock. His name is Dalen Teague.
And a cyber is
He is a human being with 4 cybernetic limbs.
okay.
Cyborg.
That's not
Like
really-
he chose to do that.
He chose it.
Really.
Okay.
The term cyborg is kind of seen as a little outdated, but anyway, it more technically applies to people who require prosthesis.
I see.
This guy chose that life.
Level up.
What was the
Dalen,
Sure, just cut off my arm.
metal!
Yeah, just-
DAY?
I didn't need my fleshy finger.
DAE,
Now,
but yeah.
did he cut off his arms or did he just add some?
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
So is it 6 arms total?
No. He is fully
He is
mechanized
replaced.
limbs.
Okay.
Replaced.
Ah. Level up.
All
level
4.
up,
He's
level
a
up.
big guy. You don't know if all of the height is just from his robot legs, considering his legs are proportional with his torso. He's 7 feet tall. He's a big fucking guy.
Nice.
And he, picks up entire crates that you see other crewmen are handling 2 by 2.
Yeah.
You know?
It's part of the whole reason for doing that.
But you go talk to him.
I would make contact.
You can make contact with him, and you kind of come to understand, like, even though he doesn't do a lot of work on the ground, he is a contact specifically for Terminus Yard.
Okay.
And from what he kind of implies to you, you get the feeling he might have specific inside information about CM99, our faceless operator.
Good.
But,
like that.
Of course, he would never give that out to just anyone.
Right. What kind of things then? Everybody's different. How are relationships built with this individual? I am super uninterested in risking the ship and exposing myself to the crew by like moving extra cargo for him or something like that. However, other things, more than doable.
He does have something he needs from you if you want to make yourself useful and earn his trust a bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up. Yeah. And he tells you in a couple of months here, I know that you and the Avalon are all going to be redeployed. Yeah? You're on the Inevitable.
No. I'm not on the Inevitable. I go over onto the cross sticks.
Excuse me.
Keep myself as generic looking as possible so that I can lie as much as I can.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to tell him what ship I'm on.
This motherfucker.
Absolutely not. This guy's a filthy undergrounder.
My mistake. Well, I certainly could use a favor from the crew of the Inevitable. So, but I hear we're gonna contract a shuttle over to Terminus. Terminus proper.
What's this guy's name?
Dalen. What? And at this point, I'd ask, make a no check for me. This isn't like a live-in conversation. This would be over, the course of having the chance to kind of mull this information over. To see what you know about the planet Terminus.
Probably not a whole lot. That is 4.
It's not a planet, and I know, despite the names, it is no relation to the orbital station we're currently floating. Our orbital station is named after some like Earth mythology. This other planet was named by an AI.
Okay.
Terminus is a meteor. It is an asteroid. It is a very large asteroid, and it is the home of a minimal contact exchange consulate. From what he's telling you, in a couple months when you guys are redeployed, they want you or the Avalon to do some kind of job there. And he said, I could ask a favor of a friend if I had one, but that's all he really had to share for now.
Yeah, well, as it is. I'm not, and I've spent, it's been weeks that I've observed him at this point, and it's been at least that long, if not several months before I made contact, that I have found another ship that frequents in and out, does similar jobs that I can say I'm on. I'm going under the name Yakpopo.
Yakpopo.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That's
where
who-
he comes from.
Just rolls off the tongue nicely.
I do not show him my face. I do not do any of that stuff.
Okay.
This is a very strict business relationship. I am not making a friend here.
He's not either.
I am developing a contact and possibly an asset.
Okay. And so what I'm going to tell you then, without role playing, I'll just tell it to you straight. Because even though we've discussed our choices before stream about what kind of mission we want to take here, the choice is not final yet. If you want to take this VIP to this
this
exchange
bureaucrat.
consulate, he will offer you information and boons. for it.
Hmm.
Because he has a vested interest in this matter.
Got a dirty VIP.
Maybe.
We had dirty cargo last time, so
That could be worth investigating on my end. I would subtly encourage the crew
Okay.
to do that.
So maybe your choice of mission might change. a
My
little
choice
bit.
of mission would change.
Okay. You have a name. You have a contact. In theory. You, my friend, have 1d6 inspiration. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the cute little story about your hyper-lethal family farm.
I believe it. No, it's an offensive farm for a good livelihood and the rest. It's because it's in a tropical paradise of mud, slime, and constant rain, and creatures that want to attack you and rip your legs off.
that's exactly where
That's
I want to
what
go on
critters do.
vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is like an order of magnitude more dangerous than Earth's deadliest jungle. Like you don't want to be on this planet, but people are here. So
Oh yeah, we make the most of it. Mm-hmm. Everything the outer defenses get, as long as we cover each other, we can eat it too.
yeah, there's a lot of good shit on this planet is the thing. That's why people are here. So you find good tasty things to eat in the woods, and
Well, usually they come to us.
yeah, someone finds something at some point, yeah. But good stuff. Cool.
So at this point, we are in August, like the end of August.
It'd have been 4 months. Yeah, let me
Because
check.
when we left, yeah, when we were headed back, I believe was March 30th, and then it was going to take us like 28 days to get back.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have brought us to the end of April, and then 4 months later, mid to end August.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Seasons are changing here in the space station.
As they do in space.
Just glad it's not allergy
I mean, I'm
season
not a
anymore.
scientist, but they say they're solar winds, so. I don't
Actually,
know about it.
yeah, no, I have to talk to our xenobiologist about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Eventually, the crew reconvenes, and still with plenty of time before we have to get to pre-flight. Yeah. Anyone want to talk to their fellow crewmates or wants to discuss the options for this mission?
I want to talk to Nora at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can go find Nora.
Cool.
You like knock on the bulkhead. You guys all. I mean, you've seen like Pacific Rim, same style where you have like those bulkhead vault like kind of
Oh, nice.
vault style doors.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very heavy duty.
Yeah.
All these rooms need to be self-contained and self environment. They have
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you go knock, and she like fumbles to the door and just, hello. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Yes, how was your leave?
It was good. I actually went back to the university.
Oh.
I had a lot of
fantastic.
questions, and I wanted to go talk with some people, and there were some events to attend to, and I needed to finalize a paper that I was submitting, and.
You're still continuing your studies?
Oh, no. I was working on a paper with other academics.
I see.
I haven't been in school for years.
Probably a good thing.
What about yourself?
I went home to my herd. There's always a lot of work to do, and it's obvious how much I've missed when I get back.
Lovely creatures. I'd love to talk about them sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
Such interesting predators in the Southern Reach.
Yeah, actually. I meant to show this to you before, and we were so busy I never got around to it. And he pulls out the claw that he keeps on a little leather cord, and he'll hand it to her for her to look at.
Yeah, she looks at that. Incredible. And these are naturally generated structures.
Yes, that's from my first prince.
It's still one of the densest materials that we've ever seen an organic creature able to create on their own. It's very impressive. Did you just want to catch up? You can come in, I'll make you tea.
I didn't want to bother you. I'm not here to interrupt, but I did want to chat with you about the recent solar finch migration.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not caught up on such matters. I've been looking things over. I've been handling other research.
Oh, that's fine. I just think you'd find it fascinating. I have some images and other things to show you, and
You're just talking shop with
yeah,
her?
yeah, exactly.
I
You
love
into
it.
Ashton once he gets out of hypersleep.
Well, from what I've seen, he'll be participating in pre-flight, and then he's going to be cycling with Amrit because they both have some programming to get through. So, and I'll be monitoring them. That'll be most of my job for the first leg of whatever mission we take. Have you talked to Captain Era?
When we first arrived, yes.
Captain Era appears at your bulkhead door. And this
Yep.
is... Yeah. Well met.
Cap.
At ease. I hope you've been well, Benelli.
Oh, you know, going about, getting business.
I was told you didn't leave the station during our reprieve.
Oh, no.
I respect it. Well, I just wanted to come check in. We still have several days before we need to make our decision regarding our mission here. So the Avalon is doing their pre-flight now, and everything's getting underway on station. What do you think?
Security-wise, I hate the idea of black holes.
Well, security-wise, it's the least in your hands, but it might also be our least trouble.
That's why.
Well, I understand wanting to keep a hand on the wheel.
The VIP is appealing just because of the shortness.
Yeah, but have you looked into Terminus, the consulate itself?
Yeah, loosely. It's
Okay.
not my kind of place, but doesn't seem like many places are.
Well, I'm going to warn you about this then. If the VIP is at all information contaminated or otherwise compromised to the current case being resolved on site, the asteroid might not let us leave. And I know that's not information that a lot of people kind of happen upon, but there's a reason it's minimal contact.
Well, in that case, I have it between you and me that a source here on station believes that he is indeed a compromised information source.
I'm not going to ask you for your sources. I think we both know better than that. I appreciate it. I was just going to do some digging in the next 2 days myself. So, with that in mind,
I'll do a little looking into the guy. Got a name?
I do. Come on, you going to load for me, Google Docs? Come on. All right. His name is Ishmael.
Call me Ishmael.
He is...
He's staying on station, of
He's
course.
on station right now. He's an emissary for one of the outer worlds, one of the human planets that wants to become a colony, an official colony, but
Okay.
is not yet.
Yeah.
And he's looking for a great white whale.
Maybe. But he's going to a minimal contact exchange consulate on an asteroid that's run by an AI.
We got a couple days.
We have like a week,
We got like a week. Oh, okay.
basically, yeah, before we have to decide.
Realistically, all of my time is spent tailing this man at this point. I sit relatively near him at bars with my back to him and stuff. If he's got, praise be if he's got a thing for drinking, right? Because then I can hang around bars, have a beer, overhear conversation. I'm trying to pick up anything I can. Staying covert, of course.
Okay. Do you wear a crew suit, just like a standard crew suit?
I wear the most generic things I
Yeah.
can find.
Okay, yeah, that would be it.
And I change it up every now and then, and especially since I'm tailing this guy for the next week, there's going to be, the first 3 days, I tail him as I am. shave my face completely bare, tail them a couple more times, get a new haircut or freshen the haircut, tail them again. Sometimes I wear hats, sometimes I don't. Acquire some more dirty overalls, do the dock worker thing, try to get some more official garb. I try to keep, since I am a lone operator on the tail, I try to keep as refreshed as possible.
Cool. Yeah.
Some
Captain,
colored contacts, all the fun stuff.
other than all that, then Captain Area, he just tells you the consulate's more dangerous than you expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever the AI that runs that place is, it's probably exceptionally strict
And I hate
about the rules of
AIs.
exchange. Yeah, AIs. It's not like even a controlled thing. It is
Yeah.
an actual third party,
Yeah.
which is
Don't like that.
risky.
That does change things. But at very least, I can dig up some dirt on this fellow, and if not taking this mission actively, that can benefit me in the future, perhaps.
Absolutely. Shecky, you do run into our senior navigator in the mess hall.
Actually, I did have something that I was going to do too. How much money, how many credits did we actually get from last mission? I didn't actually record that.
Shit.
Good question.
Because Shecky's actually purchasing gifts for every one of the crew members.
Oh my gosh,
That is obscene. I love
Shecky!
Well, he went back on vacation and the rest back to his home. He's going to bring back some stuff.
I'm
What
a
a
simple man
guy.
of simple means. I own a bunch of things, but they're cheapo things.
Got one for you too.
I got some wigs. I got some colored contacts. I got some of those fake dentures that you put in to make it look like you got 2-3 teeth missing.
If you give me a gift, I'm gonna knit you something really ugly.
Different
I
styles
hope
of
you know.
That
clothes.
sounds fantastic.
Awesome.
I wouldn't ask you anything more.
Yeah. He knits.
Is it your alien shepherd fur?
It's from a different alien
Oh, okay.
shepherd. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's from
'cause
my
I-
previous herd.
Shecky, well, you mentioned you like critters, right? Well, I actually have a Pandoran encyclopedia on the fauna and flora of Pandora.
Oh,
I
incredible.
don't know if you're interested in the rest, but it's really full of information.
Thank
It's like
you.
the
It's very
farmer's
kind.
almanac of
Yeah. It's very kind.
This is a lot, by the way. This is just our bonus for this one mission that we
Uh-huh.
took. 71,900 credits. That's a lot of fucking money. You
Each- okay.
You could go to university for that money.
Yeah, he invested probably a good 50,000 of it to his farm, and the rest he spent celebrating.
Really? Okay.
Well, with his family, of course, and also giving gifts.
If you do like 10 missions, you could send all of your grandsons and great grandsons to school, if that were something they wanted to do.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
not have a single granddaughter or great granddaughter? It's all men. It's all boys.
No, there's it's all mixed in between. more or
Okay.
less.
How many?
There's a spread.
Yeah.
Well,
The
more than my
dudes don't
fingers and
just run in
toes,
the
that's for
family.
sure.
D8, I love it. Absolutely. Cool, yeah.
Shecky family isn't
Alright.
messing around.
You run into Riva,
Hey, Rita.
and yeah, she's like eating like what's effectively the breakfast food from an omelet bar, and just like dumping an absolute truck of hot sauce on it. Oh,
Rita, I've been meaning to actually find you in the rest. I happen to have probably something that we should actually give you in the ship and everything else like that. Let's bring the cafeteria.
well, why don't you bring it by my quarters, seeing as we shouldn't bring a lot of unnecessary cargo on board.
How does a Pandora revolver sound?
She just kind of like stops. Have you had it cleared with Benelli?
Going to. I was going
Oh,
to
I-
see him next.
I doubt he'll have a problem with it. I'm sure he'll love it. I'd love for you to bring
I
that.
also bought him one too.
That'll help with the
I'd love
paperwork.
for you to bring that to my quarters later. Yeah.
Fair thing. Hopefully your vacation was just as fine as mine.
Mm-hmm. Glad you had a good one, old timer.
Gotta make what the most you can out of what little time you got. Trust me, it catches up with you. I can say for certain.
Yeah.
This man's gonna live to 200.
Are you trying to drown away the taste of the flavor of that food, though? I just must. I mean, not to critique and the rest.
But you season like shit.
Old habits die hard. You know.
It's
Well,
just
I
like
gotta say
a
so. I'm
bowl
trying to
of
make something
potato
fun.
and beef
I'm
slop.
sure you get it.
Flavorless anyway.
Aye.
A man of taste, but a man of means.
Make do with what you got. Well,
But it's better than the commissary I'm used to.
Beans,
So-
bacon, whiskey, and
yeah.
large.
Well, if you need an updated meal plan, Russ, we can work on something. You're saying you need some hot sauce. Actually, I know a couple that might be good. He'll name off a few brands and the rest. I'll pick them up before we actually head out.
Thank you.
I have to be good at my job. What can I say?
Where are you from, Shek? You said Pandora, right?
Correct.
Been thinking about going out there, but I know it's kind of hell.
Better be prepared. I mean, not to say that it's not a beautiful place. It's something that you have to understand to go. If you go, it's more than just the sights. It's an instinct. It's a feeling. You have to survive out there. There's things that want to survive too and happen to also want to eat you.
No, I get that.
Well, unless you're in the main part of the city, because there's different colonies and the rest. But I'm from the frontier.
It wasn't quite as predatory, but I've had my fair share of experience on a hostile world. So,
Well, it's a mentality. Got to keep strong underneath the pressure.
oh yeah.
Which planet, might I ask?
I did a couple tours out in Breach, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Could I roll no to see if I know what the breach is?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's just
Yeah.
it's 0, and I imagine it'd be intelligence. So this is just a straight roll of 8.
Mm-hmm. The breach is not actually a world. It is a region of space with a loose collection of multiple habitable worlds.
The breach worlds.
Yeah. She's ex-military. She absolutely served combat out in the breach worlds.
Ah. You see, serve.
Me, I'm asking you. Sorry.
Oh, do you serve?
You're asking her?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did my time.
Oh.
I had my fun.
Learned its lessons.
Yeah.
Oh.
You?
I was in Pandora the entire time, wherever I grew up, and the rest. And the frontier is somewhere we had to move. There was a lot of turmoil in the inner cities. You had to eat and survive and the rest, and we had to basically fight our way out. Or we could remain in the factories forever. But that's an entirely different discussion.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you've got to be getting into your 80s, right?
Aye.
So,
Almost
Could be
into his
80.
90s.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be 90 here soon.
It's fine.
Birthday on a spaceship.
were you on world for the occupation?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Didn't get me, though.
Not in those swamps, baby! Why do you think he owns so many guns?
Gotta be prepared.
My grandfather came back from his tour with some scars, mud raptors.
That's actually a Pandora joke. Mud raptors are like our version of cattle. We eat them, they're actually docile. I'm not joking.
Oh, God.
I wonder what it really was then.
You probably don't want to. There's a thing that you do in Pandora is that you cover a lot of things up with humor.
Oh!
No, I get that.
Jackie. Oh, stab me through the heart, man.
There's things that your grandpa probably didn't want to mention. What did it look like? Was it a scratch or was it kind of acidic burn in the rest?
There were three deep cuts along the right side of his face, but they were all withered and like there was something in there more than just claws.
A
Yeah.
toccata, I think.
Okay.
It's this worm. It burrows around in the mud and the rest. You never see it coming, and especially when the trenches were in the deep. It's excruciating pain for those who get bit. And no one survives it. You just have to watch him die. He lived it. Well, maybe. I'd have to confirm it. He probably spent a couple of months in agony.
Mud raptors.
They're kind of adorable, but they're...
Wait, I need to know what they look like right now.
I didn't mean to drop any sort of familial history like that. Most people don't like talking about that sort of stuff. I guess in my old age, I've just let my lips become very loose.
Stop!
My doctor told me I need to be more open about these things.
You have to make peace with yourself. That's the biggest fight everyone has to fight. Tell you what, well, I should probably get going. I got a bunch of other presents I need to get to other folks and the rest. Not all of them guns, and we'll talk to Corpinelli.
It's Christmas in July.
I'll see you around, Checky.
We'll see you then.
Chucky, what's the Pandoran version of Christmas?
Stay away from me. You are tailing a guy, and you find yourself in this kind of like lounge area of the ship with an open viewport out onto the kind of like major geographic landmark of this sector of space, the Orion Nebula. It's large, it's beautiful, and this guy is, he's this kind of just like slightly aging human. You'd expect he's probably in his like 60s, but he's drinking a very nice liqueur, and just kind of sitting super. That's what I'm looking for. I forget the word, but he's very clearly like enjoying himself, seated very comfortably in front of this open viewport in this kind of like private, not quite private, but like this more private bar in the kind of back of the space station. One that not a lot of people go to. It's a little pricier. It's a little bougie and pretentious, But you walk by, and he almost like hails you to get a drink.
I go with it.
Yeah. He like, waiter. Oh, my
It's all good,
apologies.
man. You need something?
Oh, well, thank you. There's so much staff around, and I thought for a second you were my server. He kind of like looks at you for a second, and it passes. Yeah, you take his order.
I'll get him a drink.
You're wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little small talking.
Absolutely, you get to come bring it back.
Brings you around, friend.
Well, I'm to be transported for a bit of business soon. I wanted to see the sights here on this station. I know she's not remarkable by anyone's...
Yeah. She ain't bad, but everybody's coming and going. Ain't too many that hang around.
I was going to say she's not remarkable by anyone's standards, but I think it's beautiful.
What kind of business brings you around?
I need some kind of roll here.
A talk check?
Yeah,
Add a little charisma.
absolutely. He's also doing a talk
There goes
check.
one of my rerolls. 'Cause
So this
that's
is Ishmael,
a
right?
5 on my
Or
die.
is this
Yes,
some
this is
rando?
this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Ishmael.
okay, that's what I
I
thought.
need a white d6.
Not great. 7
I
total.
need one more, actually, too. Wow. Oh, you give me a numbered one. Gross.
Oh,
Because I did never dispel his assumption that I'm the waiter.
7 total, you said?
7 total. Not the highest roll in the world.
But you
Used to
ask him.
reroll.
Well,
General things that waiters would ask.
I'm here to secure aid for my people, and if I can, to try to renegotiate our status as a colonial power within the Alliance. But things have gotten complicated, and other sorts have decided to trifle in what should be human affairs.
The diplomat life, man. I'm gonna go get you another.
He takes a second before you go. He kind of puts his hand up. Don't bother. You're not my server. But
Friendly guy.
I enjoy your company anyway. Tell me, what brings you here?
Out and around. Oh, working for some shipping company, back and forth, and sitting in the port for a while,
Some
looking for a
shipping
drink,
company.
looking for some conversation.
Well, I suppose this isn't a bad place to find it.
Oh, not when the guy sitting in the VIP section invites you over to the table, it ain't.
Now you seduce him.
We're getting there. Calm down.
Yeah, you can go. He'll let you get him another drink now. But yeah, he knows, like, you were just kind of playing along.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't seem to mind.
And I play it from that angle of, hey man, when you're hopping places so frequently, it's just easier to go with what people assume you are. Someone says I'm the waiter. Shoot, I'll take the tip.
Fantastic.
Someone wants you to sit
Rude.
down at the table, thinks you're their long-lost cousin. Yeah, man. Get you some interesting stories.
He's just being friendly. Come on. Absolutely. Yeah, you get to go sit down with him. Like he was saying, this is a human affair, whatever's happening in this exchange, in this very remote, what's effectively going to be like a trial that is not witnessed by the public, but what you come to understand is going to be entirely judged and executed by this AI. That this AI, there's this computer.
No.
There's a computer on this asteroid that is like excruciatingly advanced, and it basically makes all of the calculations necessary to make these decisions. It's not something a lot of cases go to, but when they do, it's kind of like a big deal. It's also a bad sign. And of course, he was saying like this is a human matter. He doesn't think anyone else should get involved in it.
Hear that, brother? To be honest, that idea, he's told me he's going to the AI for deliberation.
He mentioned it.
Between you and me, those AIs and stuff, I don't even trust the ship's auto-navigation that I work on. Tell you what, things kind of freak me out. Just come from too simple of a background, I guess.
Unbraked AI is such a danger. The fact that we've allowed it into our process at all is a travesty. I appreciate you spending your time here. It's good to have someone to talk to. Usually I just spend my time in my quarters, but this evening I thought I'd go see the stars.
Yeah, I can't blame you at all. You seem way more important than anything I ever deal with. I find it lots of fun just traveling around, popping between bars, having conversations here and there. You got a lot on your mind. Don't mind me prying. What do you think your odds are with this thing?
Dreadful. I don't think anyone ever really has good odds when it comes to the judge.
Is it your pitch, or is it the AI?
Well, my pitch is good. I've become very good at this. It's just that all my skills, I'm a talker. I handle people, and I handle them very well. But you can't handle the machine. The judge will hear my case, but his calculations are made even now before he's seen me. Before he's seen any of us.
Leaning kind of conspiratorially, right? It's just like, you do that like social manipulation stuff. What's it called? It's social something. Engineering. One of them guys?
As an interplanetary lawyer of sorts, it is expected.
You didn't tell me lawyer. I don't know if I want to be sitting around anymore. It's all good.
No, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a legal consultant for our emissary. They couldn't send the man himself because of appearances, and he is required for other things. And none of his other assistants are equipped or competent in this field.
So they just send you up the creek, or they ain't sending the guy, right?
No. Enough about me. It's this station. How long have you worked here?
Oh yeah, well, through this station specifically, about 2 years. Right, and sometimes it still feels like I don't got the handle on nothing. faces change so frequently. There seems to be so few people.
Well, the outer ring
Stick.
rotates as well. I went down the same access shaft
course.
the other day, and I didn't know where I was until I realized it had all changed.
Yeah, you got to keep up with them maps. They do a decent job of updating you, but there's no warning when you land. It's kind of a weird thing.
Thank you for the drinks and the company. He kind of gets up to go. I still have some time left, a few nights at most. I think I may want to enjoy them, seeing as I could be walking into a losing case here. How can I find you?
How about we plan 2 nights from now? There's more of a hole-in-the-wall place, a little quieter. Give them the name.
Okay. Yeah. What name do you give him?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Classic. Okay. Yeah, he'll see you there.
Figure Ishmael, he's got some kind of background. If I can slide in close to that, buy an extra brownie point.
Mm-hmm. Very good. You have a +1 bonus on talk checks with him going forward, unless you fuck up.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you caught up with Nora a little bit, just having a good time.
Yeah.
You
I'd have him talk to
or go talk to Court. Okay.
You gotta bring guns on his ship.
pretty much.
What's going on, Shecky? Where do you find him?
Yeah, I'd just probably look for him in security.
Yeah, you go to you stay in the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got quarters on station, right?
Yeah, everyone does.
I'd probably bounce between both.
Okay. Well, he tracks you down eventually.
Yeah.
If you're not in security, the droid will be, and he'll be like,
Send a message.
Someone's looking for you.
Yeah, just whenever Court's back in, basically.
understood.
I'll reach out to you.
Oh. Court, I hope you had a good vacation. I sure did, and the rest. I'm not really good about beating around the bush and the rest, and I brought presents for everyone in the crew and the rest. That's going to update you exactly on what, including you.
And the rest.
I have, if you want to inspect the goods, he pulls a crate over. So we have Tikatura brandy and the rest, my favorite. And the rest, I got that for the captain, Tabori, and actually got a couple extras just for anyone else who doesn't like my gifts. I also have a Pandoran revolver, sealed case. Weather resistant until you open it. I'm also giving one to Reva. She seems the type to actually handle one.
You are the 3 gun competent people
She does.
on board.
So I was just hoping I read that situation correctly, and I don't know if you want to keep them in the armory and the rest, but here's Reva's version. Otherwise, I can leave that in the room.
She can keep it where she desires. I'm not too worried about it.
And the rest is just a bunch of other delicacies and things I'll try and trade out and make sure people are satisfied. Yeah.
If it ain't gonna blow up, start a fire, or put someone's eye out,
Yeah. Well, actually,
I ain't worried.
yeah, there's a handle safety right there, and he actually goes through the entire intricacies and the cleaning and maintaining of it.
Pure soul.
Okay. Yeah. What class of weapons are these? Are these just stock?
It's stock revolvers.
Okay.
And the rest, I think they'd be high caliber revolvers.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what damage they deal?
It's like a
Let's
45
look up.
Colt. It's
Yeah.
a Desert Eagle. It's a 50 cal.
I'd have to look up the handle.
These are
for the
real
rest.
bullet firing weapons.
Classic.
These are
They're classic.
big guns.
They'd also be designed probably to handle pretty much any weather. and
The
just be
Don's
rugged.
weapon.
Uh-huh.
There is one more thing, of course, especially since I made contact with the guy. But anytime that I do any tailing, any falling around, when I break off, there is the surveillance detection route.
Mm-hmm.
Pop in random places, pop out random places. You're checking mirrors, making sure that I'm not being followed.
All right. So I kind of want to ask him the rest. Can it be high enough caliber to be equal to a combat rifle? I thought that. No, it should be a revolver. It's a 1d8.
I mean, not
Do it.
range, right?
Do it.
Yeah.
A D8, but
D8 is a revolver.
if you want to spend a significant amount of credits on each one of these, I'll let it be like a D8 plus 1. I'll let you just flat improve him.
Okay, because the regular cost is 50.
Okay.
Easy.
And so like,
You find like a really nice one. Like,
1,000?
give me like 1,000 each of these. I mean, come on, you got money. You got money.
You got money.
I got money.
You've come into money.
Yeah.
And if at any point you want to notice for my surveillance detection rules,
Yeah, make one for me.
absolutely.
DC 6.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's 10.
You're not being followed. The only thing you have to worry about, I know. The only thing you have to worry about is the operator,
Yeah.
and he's the only thing anyone ever has to worry about.
Yeah.
It's like Toy Story
luckily,
3
right?
with that monkey.
Well, I worry about everybody.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure, when I'm lying to this guy and I'm telling him I work on a totally different ship and I'm only here transitorily and stuff like that, I want to make sure that he doesn't follow me back to my place, to my ship. I want him to see me interact with nobody else on my crew. It's those kind of things.
No, he seems to kind of like, as you tell him, he goes on like long walks around the place and just thinks about things. But the rest of the time, he spends like 16 hours a day in his cabin.
There's one more question, of course. With these cabins, how are they secured?
Well, all the walls are very tough.
Obviously.
Yeah, the doors are bulkheads. There is ventilation, but
Those are bulkheads. They have like a key card access.
they
Are
have
mechanical locks.
they have mechanical. They're like electromagnetically sealed with redundancies in case of power failure.
Right.
They are card accessed,
Okay.
but also even if someone loses their card, there's also like a key punch. So,
Okay.
or like a button press.
Those things can be fooled pretty decently.
Yeah.
Sweet. Because I'm probably going to break into this guy's place.
Oh Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he's taking long walks on the station on a regular,
Long walks on
Like-
the beach.
easy,
Yeah, candy from a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, give me a stealth, and then give me a check to break into his room.
Not the greatest on sneak, but it's my best stat. That is 8.
8. That's fine.
Cool. And exert.
Exert's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
with dexterity.
I'm good with that. It's fine by me. 10.
Nice.
Much better. I needed
Oh.
9 on that, so you're good.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you bamboozle the system and are able to get into his room without tripping any alarms. Okay, yeah, we have a very short period of time to scan this place. You can't get all the information available here.
That's okay.
So tell me, like, kind of generally, maybe what you're interested in.
I bring some generalistic things, USB, camera, stuff like that. I snap some photos of personal effects, anything that's strewn about, if he's got like papers on the desk or anything like that. If there is a unlocked laptop, like if say he had some work open and he just casually closed it, didn't log out, I check that real quick. If so, I'm going to take as much as I can, copy it through, and close it back up. I'm not trying to turn through things, as it would make too much obvious that someone broke in. But, you open up the closets, photos, open up drawers, photos, close them back up. Anything that's out and about, because realistically, I can take photos of everything, and then I can spend as much time as I want back on the ship combing through them and looking at information there. And if, God permitting, there's any electronics that are unprotected that I can do a straight data copy on at least some kind of major files.
Yeah. With your like jailbroken apps you have access to on your
Yeah.
PDA, you can kind of scan those electronics. I will let you with a program of 9. I know it's rough. With a
Not going to be the greatest.
with a program of
I haven't spent
9,
a lot of time.
you can get into
This
one
is
of
not
his
my
things.
Specialty.
But if you fail by 3 or more, so if you get a 6 or lower, then he will know about it.
You gonna risk it for that biscuit?
Literally rolling the dice, man.
When I broke in, did I get out of that breaking in do I know the access code to get back in at a later day?
Yeah.
Is it feasible that I could get specialized equipment to give me a bonus on getting into this stuff?
You could.
I'll save that for, 2-3 days from now kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can go get some programming and like hacking tools under, and you can log it away as like this
Yeah.
is stuff for maintenance for your.
Well,
battle
I do have like my meta tool that is for hacking and lockpicking and breaking in.
Yeah, you can get more
and thieving.
specialized stuff as well.
Something that gives me a real bonus instead of just allows me to.
Yeah.
What kind of bonus can I obtain for what kind of cost?
Yeah. It's like a trivial cost to you at this point. But if you want to get like a special hacking unit, it'd be about 2,400 credits, and it'll be good for 6 uses, and it'll just give you a +1 bonus on a roll. It's not anything crazy, but it's valuable.
6 charges. Absolutely. I'll do that. You want the roll now?
If you'd like, yeah.
Okay. So that +1 will negate things out. Oof. Well, there's one of my rerolls. And there's 12 on the die.
You guys for 12.
It was a 3. It wasn't as bad as Snake Eyes. All right.
So here's the intel you want, Ian, and this is kind of the decision. This will influence our decision of what job you want to take here.
Yeah.
Looking through all this and kind of putting all the pieces together from your various investigations, the Shadow Collective, which is literally like the like Edge Runners style like thieves corporation on Gaia. Or no, sorry, not on Gaia. It would be on Galatea. They have an interest in this because someone that you have some understanding they are involved with is trying to get into power on the planet Ravana.
Okay.
And this guy works for the opposite party, basically.
So they're looking to sabotage Ishmael.
Yes.
Okay.
From what you understand, they desperately want him to go to trial and as soon as possible so that they can have a favorable election coming up, because his party is currently accused of violating intergalactic regulation regarding the risk.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, that's really big.
So they want me to take this guy because now is the best possible.
Now's the best time.
Now's the best time for them. He will get destroyed there.
The Avalon won't take him, and if you guys choose not to, he'll be rerouted to a different station, and who knows when he'll be shipped then.
But the longer they have, the longer they got to clear their name or to get a better standing going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just influence the public. Like, they can't really change what the judge will say about them. This AI, whatever it is, it seems very cutthroat about its rulings.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't exactly discern rumor from reality.
it's more about they want this case to be resolved before like the election season really swings.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so like this is time sensitive for them. I'll tell you, if your crew takes this guy to what is to be his doom, legally speaking,
we're gonna get caught up in all kinds of legal bullshit too.
not really. Shadow Collective will be very happy because their vested interests will be served. Which means that Dalen might tell you things he knows.
Yeah, but the Shadow Collective is currently not my friend.
No. They could be though, couldn't they?
So long as they don't figure out my real name.
Maybe they could protect you.
You're telling me Court isn't your real name?
No, absolutely. That's not what I'm saying. I've given them totally different names. They don't know me by Court at all.
100% stand-up guy?
I stand up all the time.
Court Benelli.
That's me.
The only people on this ship who have any sense of the name Corpinelli are the people you work with directly or who pay you. Every other individual you've ever met has gotten a different name from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's the
My
team.
own mother probably doesn't know my name at this point.
Yeah, that's the team. There's nothing for you to do. You don't need to sneak anything onto him. You don't need to fuck with him at all. It'll be real awkward when he realizes he's on the same ship as you, and you've been Jonathan for a couple days.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
Jonathan, I thought we had something special.
He does.
Middleman.
That being said, literally all you need to do is take him there. Otherwise, he might not be taken there for a couple weeks or a month or more.
But at that point, his odds get better. Now, so realistically, what I'm reading from this, and tell me if I'm reading right or wrong or if I have no idea, he's not a bad guy, and his planet ain't.
No, Ravana's
They're not messed up at all.
a fine planet.
He's
And
from
because this Shadow Council is after him, realistically, the morally correct thing is to not take him
Well,
and to even give him possibly a little assistance.
well,
If you are
That's up
delayed
to you.
on the way,
they support the Shadow Collective supports the other candidate.
Yeah.
And they want Ishmael here to fail in court because that will hurt their opposition.
Yeah. It hurts their opposition and bolsters their control in the politics.
And if a powerful like thieves organization basically are backed by the political aspirants of a world that will, by every reckoning, very soon be an official part of the alliance. And that's very good for the Shadow Collective.
Absolutely. Well, that's too big of a decision for me to be making on my own.
Okay.
I've got my plan, but I'm going to go talk to the captain.
Okay. About it.
Yeah.
You tell him like everything.
Well, I don't tell him I broke into his house.
No.
I don't tell
Tell
him
him
that I shared drinks
I
with him
have
and
a
kind of half
source.
flirted.
You tell him all the information that you've gathered. By the way, when you were like, "Hey, let's go this like more secluded place," like, if you still end up going,
I show up.
okay, yeah, you're gonna show up.
I talk to the captain first, but I show up regardless.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
But I need to know the captain's mind, and that will determine what kind of conversations we have at this more secluded bar.
You tell Captain Ares, I know better than to ask you for your sources, Benelli.
I appreciate that about you.
I will still advise you. You will not be doing anything that's going to get me or my crew in trouble, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. You would not want me to be your enemy. And I'd very much hate for you not to be my friend.
That's why I come to you for the council here. We can take the easiest road in the world, man. We just don't take the job,
Okay?
right? The Shadow Council doesn't win. We walk away. We get paid. Hands totally clean. I got a plan to meet with this guy later tomorrow. I feel like it would do justice to give him a forewarning.
Okay.
Let him make his own plans. Let him delay himself 3-4 months and see if some of the stuff clears up.
But you also understand, I'm sure, that if this ever comes back to you, that the Shadow Collective are a very bad group to have.
I
behind you.
am well aware. Which brings me to the final option. We can make a friend. I don't know how much you care about a backwater planet that may or may not be dealing with weird alien stuff.
Well, I wouldn't call Ravana backwater anymore. They're getting bigger. They're not like this world that we've been contracted to go survey. Our
Right.
other choice.
It don't feel right keeping them out like that.
They'll get it one day or another. It's only a matter of time.
And so, is it worth locking up this fella over? We make a good friend. We get a little sway here, there. Some information comes easier.
Can I be very honest with you, Court?
It's the only reason I'm here.
I'm not going to be the captain of this crew very much longer. I don't have many missions left. And I'm sure as shit not going to sign up for more. I'm going home, one way or another. So, whatever graves we dig for the future of the inevitable, I probably won't be lying in them. The choice of who you want to make friends with and where you want to risk your life, right now they're pretty isolated to you. And I'll let you make them. But for my 2 cents, you start working for people like the Shadow Collective, you might never get out.
Preaching to the choir.
Perfect.
You always
All
move.
I need.
You always move carefully. I'm sure I don't have to tell you this time. Our other 2 choices are still viable, but I'd like to speak to other members of the crew.
Go for it.
I did have a question on
Yes,
the
sure.
second side of things. So, what TL weaponry can we get a hold of?
TL3.
Okay, all right, that answers that. Because I did see there's a mag pistol in there.
No, yeah, TL4. TL4 is like mythic stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Just double checking, wanted to humor.
like you have a
idea.
thunder gun in TL4. You have like a gravity generator in TL4. Right?
All right.
Nice stuff. Your ship is not rated for those kinds of weapons to be fired in it. Like, yeah, we'll have a hard time if a bullet hits something wrong or a laser
Right.
hits the wrong panel on the wall. Like, if a thunder gun goes off in our ship, it will explode. It doesn't matter where.
No, we don't want that.
So, yeah, you. That was your only question.
Yeah, that was it. I was still on that pistol.
Okay.
I'd give the rest of the crew, of course, because I know that, what was her name? Sorry, I'm so bad.
Riva.
No,
Yeah.
didn't Nora have an interest in xenobiology? And everything?
Nora's she's a xenobiologist.
I would also give
That
her
is
the
like
same
her-
encyclopedia of the fauna and flora of Pandora,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and everyone else gets whiskey
Okay.
or brandy.
Lovely. Riva and Tolbari, you do catch them at some point talking. These guys are both very solidly like, we should go to this outbound station and deliver supplies, but also, it'd be a really interesting way to just kind of like see more of the galaxy and go experience this very unique part of human
Tourists.
of science, basically. And that's kind of what they're going for. I mean, Riva's she's an astronomer. Like, she went to school for it. That's why she's the navigator. So, of course, she's probably very into this kind of thing. Meanwhile, Tabari's just like, I want to see as much of the galaxy as I can while I'm still working here. You gotta enjoy it.
You both got very fine points, might I say.
Yeah, it can't all be the money,
Yeah.
What about you? What do you say? I'm sure Pandora type like yourself, kind of a rough and cut jungle navigator like yourself, may be interested in hitting the breach.
Well, going into the far horizon doesn't sound too bad and the rest, but I've kind of resigned myself to know that that's not exactly my call and the rest. I know that people pick up on a lot of different things. I'm just along for the ride, to be honest. I only got a couple more missions, well, more than just a couple. How many did we agree on? How many missions left? Is it like 5?
It's like 5 or 7.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what level are you?
6.
Okay. Well, you should have more than that
Yeah.
left.
Maybe 9.
You're like you're almost
You're like
halfway
halfway.
through.
You're like
so
halfway there.
Yeah.
Can't remember the number. Anyway.
Well, and I'd still go on the side, though, that I agree that I prefer in the farther edges of space and less politics than the rest. I'd try and avoid that anyway.
I think you've got I think you've done 14. You've done 14 missions. That's what we said. So
Write
this
that down.
mission 2 for us is going to be your number 15. Whatever we decide to do in the next 10 minutes, by the way.
Well, and I know this kind of sounds like gallows humor and the rest, but if I kick the bucket on the mission of old age, I think that's a pretty goddamn good achievement for given what the pack offers.
Dr. Andrews has assured me that everyone aboard this ship is more than capable of surviving a journey with extensive hypersleep.
I know. I do my exercises as accordant to regulation.
Riva does got a point, though. Heading out to Cygnus Station wouldn't be bad.
I think it sounds enjoyable. I won't lie. But the colony also, I've seen where supplies can make a big difference for those on a planet, or even people to be on a planet. Being prepared is half the battle.
I'm from a colony world myself.
My heart kind of goes that direction. That's where I'm probably going to stick. Well, it does sound fun with a black hole. I'd say either of the two are pretty much, can sway me pretty easy. I know that the short missions, well, things that are easy don't always turn out that way. And that, I don't know. I don't like politics. The more you get involved, the more the red tape strings around you and pulls you around.
Yeah, Riva, I hear you there. I'll drink to that.
Oh, we can't break that open yet, and the rest will probably in like 7 other hours,
Maybe. You go meet Ishmael one more time.
Quick summary, what was the captain went and spoke to the rest of the crew. What is kind of, or at least some other trusted members.
Mm-hmm.
What do you come back to me with?
The colony supply job is in theory the most like short
Physical risk.
It's
Seems the most straightforward.
straightforward, but has the most
Yeah.
physical risk
Mm-hmm.
because we're going to an uninhabited planet in relatively wild space.
Okay.
But the planet's been mapped at least,
Yeah.
and you're only going to be there like a day and a half. Going to the black hole, it's a long journey. It does mean more time off everyone's clocks, obviously, which is good. And it is a bit of like a bit of a scientific pilgrimage for all the scientists on board.
For the nerds.
But of course, you're not the only person who's a little nervous to be heading towards an active, an active X-ray source. So,
You know what? I'm not a virgin. They're not going to throw me in. Was it?
sacrifice you to the gods. Yeah.
I have a change in plan, and it would be nice to have a year off of station.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to go to the bar and meet him.
Oh.
I'm going to let him go, and I'm going to break back into his apartment and leave just a burner phone with typed out warnings.
Well, we did the thing again.
Hey man, no, there is no way to contact me.
Okay. Okay, good.
I don't need to be
We
contacted.
did the thing again. Cool.
It is the warning. The Shadow Council has a hand in and a vested interest in you making it to fail. Delay
Because he knows he's going to fail.
as long as you can, and your odds are going to increase exponentially. Sorry, we didn't get drinks. See you never. No, I leave nothing hinting that I was the guy at the bar. He can assume that all he desires. Not my problem. Of course, there's still like 3 days before the ship takes off. I do not leave the ship.
Okay.
My face is shown 0 times before I can take a whole year off from the space station and let things simply go the way they go.
Understood. Anything else for
Keep all that information though.
Koshram? Anything else at all?
Well, I mean, in between, like, whatever time he would have, like, while we're, because there's a lot of work to do, for the cargo bay and for the duties manager, all right, active duties manager, while we're prepping to go off-world, basically, he would try to reach out to any other, like the biology department on the station, or just try to get some information again. He doesn't have to make up stories about a frenulator this time.
Roll connect for me.
Okay, and he's same tack. When he was talking with Nora about the migration of the solar finches, he was genuinely just wanting to talk to her about it. But that's what, if he'll try to be around the like wherever the biologists are and see if you can talk to anybody. It can use charisma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how's a 9?
Unfortunately, there's not enough for you to find out on Terminus Yard
Okay.
about your missing spacer.
Okay. That's fine.
You are told, like, if you're looking for someone who works for the company, the best you can do is you can put in a request to CM99 for access to company files.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if they work for the company, but I will do that.
Yeah. But you're describing a biologist spacer, right?
A biologist. I don't know if this person is a spacer.
Okay. I thought they were. That's my bad.
Well, they could be.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's your decision.
Good to know. Yeah. At the very least, you could put a request in anyway. Just see if like we've transported such an individual. If the company just has any information on it that's
I'll
not
put the request
classified.
in. That's fine.
Cool. Yeah. Good luck seeing that. And well, maybe by the time you're back, depending on which job we go with, it'll be available.
Yeah.
They'll extend it by another additional business week just to fuck with you, though. Okay. Everyone, as the time comes to make this decision, and we still, we have plenty of time before launch, but it's now the hour. We need to know what job we're taking. As a little short recap for the audience who didn't hear all of the choices in their totality, we have a very high pay, very long journey where we're going to fly out important supplies and resources to a station orbiting a black hole. It's stable. It should, it's safe. They wouldn't have a station there if they couldn't safely orbit it. But
Humans say that a lot.
yeah, things fail in space. We're as likely to die going there as we are while we're there.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's my vote.
Yeah. It's
Under the guise of the kids want to go. Might as well let them see what they want to see.
Well, and the money's pretty good too.
Yeah.
it's the best paying job.
I didn't have anything else planned for the year.
The second best paying job is taking this VIP to this asteroid where this robot does its simulated justice. And
Hate that
I
sentence.
know. And we already know that's so
I'm sure as all of
complicated.
you know, I'm done dealing with robots for a short while.
Well, technically speaking, AI don't have to be robots. And at that point, like, Amrit just, like, puts his hand on her shoulder. Sorry. And our last job is to take a pre-supply to an uninhabited future colony world out in the breach, which is something we kind of discussed briefly a few minutes ago as well. And it would only be a day and a night. We would just unload all this equipment, do pre-flight, and take off. That's all the time we would need. But it could be dangerous. That's also the least pay, but it's the shortest trip.
Well, I mean, as long as we don't encounter anything in the long trip of it all, and years worth of expensive pay, and get back, a lot of money I can send home.
But you'd be traveling 200 light years through space. Long way.
It's a long way. I'm not too keen on the colony.
Riva just, no, me either.
There is a problem posed with that at least one of our crew members is not firearm certified.
Sorry.
Do you want some training? Do you got a practice gun, Court? We could set up an arrangement.
Plenty.
I've taught plenty of my sons and daughters. Teach. the least that I could do to pass on the knowledge.
I can't. I appreciate it. I really do.
If it's part of your beliefs, I won't intrude on that.
It's complicated, but
Know the door's open. You don't have to justify anything to me.
thank you.
Good man. We don't deserve you, Shaki.
It's fine by me. I'm actually super disinterested in teaching her.
Yeah, he's like, Nora doesn't need to learn shit.
She does. She shouldn't. She's honestly probably safer that way, so long as we pick our jobs relatively smartly.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes I'm envious of the people who didn't have to learn the weaponry like I had.
well, I say absolutely none of that in
Don't
character.
break
I'm not
my
going to
heart.
admit any of that.
Is it fair to say no one wants to take the VIP job?
Absolutely.
That's the second on my list.
It's number 2 for you. Okay. No one has the VIP job as a priority.
No.
I don't think really anyone left in the crew does either, so that's out. Colony job versus black hole.
Black hole.
I
Black
like the
hole.
longevity of the black hole.
Okay, we're doing it. Guys, we are going 200 light years out into the Cygnus constellation, going to a black hole designated Cygnus X1. It is in the real world, fun real world lore here, guys. It is a real black hole. It's one of the first ones that we kind of verified the location of. It's one of the strongest radio sources encountered in the Milky Way galaxy. And we've set up an orbital station to study it and its unique properties. It's going to be beautiful.
Space. Well, I guess we'll go where no man has gone before, inside a black hole.
No, we're not going inside a black hole.
You can. I'll send you a postcard.
Yeah, I won't catch you on the other side,
From
unfortunately.
safety.
Yeah.
We are going to a lovely little orbital station. We're going to dock there for like a week at most, like we did before.
Okay.
And we're flying home. So,
That's what you think, Imperial.
yeah, I know. I'll make the roll for navigation since Odie's not here right now. Ashton will still be on the ship and will participate in pre-flight. He's around.
Yeah.
But then Ashton and Amrit will be in hypersleep for a good majority of the journey because they have flash training to attend to regarding endeavors outside of their jobs aboard the Inevitable. They both have other things they do with their lives than just this job. Ashton is, does have a doctorate in xenobiology and is working on a degree in astronavigation. So,
Somebody gave that boy a degree.
yeah. And Amrit's a very capable guy, but he's got a lot of other stuff he's worried about too. So it's going to be kind of just a 7-man job here, plus our good friend number 2. Can't believe you took his name.
I
from
know.
Bastard.
Some robot.
Robot. Okay. Well, yeah. We're going to take a 5-minute break, guys, and when we come back, we will be engaging in pre-flight. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been D20 House. We'll see you in a few.